Greetings, ghouls. Welcome to Deadsville Horror Talk. I'm your host, Ronin James, and to my left, the lovely Steph Infection.
Hey, Scream Hearts.
Today, we are taking a look at Onyx the Fortuitous and the Talisman of Souls. And we watched this one last night after I went live yesterday afternoon doing our new Deadsville Daily Booze live every day around noonish, going over the daily horror news. And yes, noonish, I heard you laugh.
Ish.
Noon-ish, yes.
You got an hour for time frame.
Anyway, it was listed in one of the 5 new movies coming out this week that I was looking at and watched the trailer, and the trailer was fucking amazing. It was hilarious, and we remember, if you remember, Andrew Bowser from the internet going viral about, I don't know, I want to say like 10 years ago as the Weird Arby's guy. You will recognize him. He is the mastermind behind this horror comedy. Mostly comedy.
Mostly comedy, yes.
But it's a great script, man. And we watched it last night and we had a blast.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into it. We're going to do our usual first takes where we won't spoil anything and we'll give you our overall review. And then we'll break out the shovels and dig deeper.
Yeah.
Steph Infection loves that part.
Love digging deeper.
So, yeah. Before we get to that, though, a bit about us. I'm Deadsville director Ronin James. I direct Deadsville Rock and Roll Mysteries, starring the voice of Kane Hodder as Doggy Deviant, our puppet mascot. And this movie features a bunch of puppets, too. So this one was right up our alley.
Really cool.
Let's throw that in there as well.
Yeah.
But along with Deadsville Rock and Roll Mysteries, I've also been a stuntman for about 20 years. You've seen me die in stuff like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and I've got my ass kicked on The Punisher, and what else? I've been a stunt double on Gotham, and coordinator on a movie called Death House, which featured the Expendables of horror. And yeah, I've been around the block in the business a little while.
Yeah.
And now I'm here to give you some insider insight, if you will, in this podcast, along with my co-host.
Yeah.
The lovely Steph Infection. Producer, actress, dance choreographer, head fear leader.
Yes.
Horror hostess with the mostest.
I'm starting to like that.
Yeah. Steph Infection has her hand in a lot of things as well.
Yes, I
as well as being a mom and a nurse.
Not a nurse.
She's not a nurse. I tease her. She works in the medical field, but she's not a nurse. Damn it, I'm not a nurse. So you can't be like, hello, nurse.
It's never stopped you.
I can do it. Anyway, so yeah, that's a little bit about us. We do this podcast every week, and now we're adding more content to the channel. If you like this show and you follow this show, make sure you check us out on YouTube at Deadsville13. And you will find Ronin Reacts, my new reaction videos, because people like these things apparently. And I didn't even realize I was doing reaction videos yesterday. I went and watched that. I actually was reading an article online live, and they showed the trailers, and I live watched the trailers, and I was like, well, those are reaction videos.
Totally.
There it is. And then I have a bunch of reaction videos coming from yesterday's show. So,
perfect example why you should hit that little subscribe and notification,
ring the bell,
so you
follow,
so you know when Ronin's going live or when new content is
going
there.
live, or a reaction video, or Steph Infection's got some stuff cooking as well. Maybe she'll come do some fishnet videos for us.
Just dance around on my fishnets.
Seems to be the popular thing for Steph Infection.
That I can do.
Show up in fishnets.
That I can do, actually. Can do that well.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right. Let's
make sure you subscribe so you can see the fishnet finanigans.
No, I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Fishnet fiasco.
Maybe.
All
that
right.
sounds better.
Steph Infection's fishnet fiasco.
We'll work on it. Working title.
Yep. If you want to help us with that title, you can email us. You can send us an email.
Yeah.
What's that email address, Steph Infection?
DeadsvilleHardTalk@gmail.com. Subject, mailbag.
Yes, send us emails. If you saw our last show, we got a good email from one of the producers from Stalked who wrote in, and we did our interview last week with the writers and director of Stalked.
Yes, that was a good one.
Yeah, we got some good feedback on that one. It was a good episode, and you can go and check it out anytime on Spotify or YouTube, and I think that one's up on Rumble now as well.
Okay, awesome.
So, all right, let's get to it, Steph Infection. Why don't you read that synopsis? Well, wait, first we got to do First Takes. All right, Steph Infection. Read that synopsis, Steph Infection.
How am I supposed to when you scare me half to death? All right. Fledgling occultist Onyx and a group of worshippers attend a once-in-a-lifetime ritual at their idol, Bartok the Great's mansion. Kind of sums it up. It's one sentence, but actually it sums it up fine.
That's a quick tagline. That gives it, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this movie, the real selling point is Andrew Bowser's character, Onyx the Fortuitous, who you've seen in a bunch of wacky viral videos. And,
and honestly, I know we're not giving like first takes yet, but I know you said that you were hooked from like the trailer. I was not necessarily. I at all. Like I was like, but holy crap! Totally, just blew me out of the water. But we'll get there.
Yeah. So I mean it sums it up well enough. I mean the story follows Marcus, aka Onyx, aka Andrew Bowser.
And he's kind of
he's a total loser.
Shut in.
Yep.
Making videos and lives with his mom.
He's not making videos. He just follows this one guy.
No, he was making the video to.
Oh well, yeah. That was a submission video.
But I was like,
he was submitting to this contest. It was a submission video for a contest. That's what that's what you're referring to. Yeah. We don't need to get into all that. It's in the trailer, but. But yeah, I mean, Andrew Bowser directed this and wrote it and stars in it, so triple threat. In 2021, Bowser raised $610,000 to make the feature film Onyx the Fortuitous and Talisman of Souls, which premiered at the 2023 Sundance Film Festival, and I believe won awards.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't see that, but...
Well, I have its official selection of Sundance, official selection of Fantasia, and an official selection of Sites. So it was selected at a bunch of them, and rightfully so. The writing's awesome.
I know.
The writing's hilarious. I mean, he does a great job. The comedy obviously is. If you liked his character and you like his quirky personality, then you'll enjoy it.
I will say, like, when I watched a few of his YouTube videos, I mean, I thought it was funny, but I could see where it was getting old a little bit with watching, like, YouTube video after YouTube video. But this movie, the writing, the way he ties in that character, it was, oh my God, it was so good. It was written so well and nothing forced. There's like heartfelt moments and hilarious moments and just clever. It was almost a perfect movie. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. It was, and you go from laughing hysterically to like on the edge of tears from
pulling
at your heartstrings moment with him. And he is a great actor. I mean, he does a great job. And like you said, when you see these videos, and they were short little videos, and like he would cut himself into news stories, the character would be cut into news stories, and it would be like small doses. So the question mark is, can this character carry a movie? Well, can you take a whole movie of this guy? And if you like the videos, you definitely can. I mean, I think the writing holds up. The supporting cast is really good. The other actors in it are really good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's solid. I mean, it's hilarious and heartfelt, and the pacing's great. It never feels like it's dragging at all. And it was an hour and 48 minutes, which is a little bit on the long side, but it doesn't feel like that at all.
No.
Yeah, it was just a fun, really fun movie, and it's just really great to see this kind of story of a truly independent artist, a truly independent filmmaker,
and like to knock it out of the park right away.
Yeah. To get to finally do this after working at behind the scenes and coming up with this character and the growth of the character organically online over the years, and now here it is, this feature film, and man, it's. I mean, I remember them talking about wanting to do the movie years ago and just thinking, man, I'd like to see that. Now here we are, and they really knock it out of the park. The cinematography is excellent.
Everything, yeah.
They have they're like dedicated to practical effects. I mean, they use a little bit of digital stuff, but it's very like 80s-ish, like lightning and stuff like that.
It gives like an 80s vibe.
Yeah. There's definitely heavy 80s and 90s vibes here. But the effects that they use for creatures, there's no CGI creatures in this at all. It's all puppets. It's all practical effects creatures. And they're awesome, man. They're really good. And the name of the creature creator was...
so on Instagram,
This is our trivia segment.
Oh, is it? So Creature Kid with a K. So Adam Doherty is the name.
Okay.
Yeah,
it has the
bunch
pictures.
of
You can
cool
go see a bunch
stuff.
of...
If you want to be surprised by the puppets and everything, maybe don't go scrolling so far on.
Don't go now, but watch the movie, then go check out Adam's Instagram, Creature Kid's Instagram, and see some of the how he has like pre-made to all the way through to
in the process of making
see how the
it.
creatures were made.
And they're very cool, amazing. I just some of the best puppets I've seen.
Yeah, some really great puppets in here, great practical effects, and it was great to see that dedication to the practical, practical puppets.
There's like a lot of them too. Like so, it's really impressive, and none of them really. A couple of them look similar, but they all have like their own personalities and looks. Like, some of them reminded me of other things, but you could tell it was maybe inspiration from other things that we've seen before. But the way it was really freaking cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, excellent.
So Creature Kid with a K.
Yeah. So, and as a director, Andrew still does a great job as a director here too. I mean, he has himself as the lead, so he's directing himself, but also he has some great actors. He's got some heavy hitters. I mean, and he does a great job with all of them, getting great performances out of all of them. Again, this is like, and we talked about this last week when we sat down with Wes and Rob from Stalked. You get these legendary, iconic horror actors in your little independent movie that could, your little like fan-funded, little low-budgeted thing, and it's so easy for these actors to just mail it in. They're collecting a paycheck. Chances are, you never know if this little independent movie is going to go anywhere or not. So it would be so easy for a lot of these actors to mail it in and not
give it 100%.
Right, not give their all, not be fully dedicated to the performance, but. These actors are killing it. They're killing it. They're great. So let's jump into the cast here. And I mean, Andrew Bowser, like we've said, he's a genius. He's brilliant. He does a great job.
And we've like talking about directing yourself. I mean, we've had movies that it was like The Red Door and
when you're writing, or I'm sorry, you're directing and then you're also starring in it. It's tough to be on both sides. It's a lot. It's a lot to take on.
Yeah.
I believe Andrew also edited this movie.
I think we saw that in the credits. Yeah.
He edited it. Yeah. He also edited the movie. It's a lot to take on. I know, because I do a lot of the same stuff. So believe me, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he does a great job acting. He does his character well, obviously.
And he did it so well for a full feature, like where he's used to doing shorts and his YouTube videos, but this full feature, like, I mean, he did it so well. I can't wait
Yeah, and the heartfelt
see.
moments. Like, we knew he could do the comedy. We knew that he could do that from the viral videos, from the sketch comedy stuff, and the videos that he's done. But some of those scenes, man.
Oh my God! I'm going to tell you guys right now. You're like hysterically laughing, and then you're like,
yeah,
oh my
it's a couple heartbreaking scenes.
Oh
and
my
he just does such a great job. We'll get to it when we dig deeper. But yeah, we're going to keep it moving now in the first takes here.
Yeah.
The biggest name that horror fans are going to recognize is probably Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah, definitely.
The Reanimator is here as Bartok the Great, and he's got the twirly mustache, shaved head, eye patch, goatee, and he just chews up scenery, man. This guy is like,
great.
He's a great villain. He's just a great, the whole thing revolves around worshiping Satan, of course, and, you know, resurrecting and demons and stuff like that. So, and Combs is just amazing. He's perfect. I couldn't think of somebody else to like. Now that I've seen him in it, how do you? Like,
he was really good.
Great.
He was really good. Really, the comedy parts, the serious part. He was good.
Barbara Crampton. I have a connection there. I worked with Miss Crampton on Death House. Spent a couple days together in the Holmesburg prison working, and yeah, she played Nancy.
Right.
She plays
the doctor.
No, she plays Andrew's mother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she plays the mother.
No, I meant in Death House.
Yeah, in Death House, she's a doctor.
She's a doctor. Yeah,
okay.
I forgot.
She's one of the doctors. Yes,
Yeah.
in Death House. But yeah, she plays Andrew's mother, Onyx's mother in this, and
really
she's
good.
funny. She's like a 80s. It's a very 80s, 90s vibe. So she's a very 80s kind of mom.
The stepdad was hilarious.
Yeah, the stepdad. Whew, Ryan Stanger.
Yeah.
Plays Todd, the stepdad. Oh my God, hilarious!
There's just a scene.
Watching that, you see,
Oh, he's
even
from
if
Brooklyn
you watch
Nine-Nine.
if you watch the trailer, then you've seen some of the funny stuff that we will get to soon. You will also probably, if you go back to a old sitcom called Living Single, you remember Mr. Terrence T.C.
He
Carson.
was Kyle Barker.
Yes.
Yeah.
He plays Mr. Duke with that deep voice, that unmistakable deep voice.
And he's very similar to like his old character.
Oh, absolutely.
I know.
It was great casting. It was good casting.
It was
because,
perfect.
Yeah, he's a very refined, and he's a truth seeker, and he's very, it's great. He's like
an intellectual.
Yeah, he's total intellectual. So then we have Olivia Taylor-Dudley as Farrah, and she was good. I liked her
She was in one of the Paranormal Activity movies.
Was she? Okay.
Yeah, one of the later ones. So she was great. There was not a cast member that was not decent. Like there was not a bottom.
No, yeah, I agree.
I don't.
I agree.
They were all,
like, you know, from even the bullies were hilarious. The bullies, and I mean, all this cast was great. Rivka Reyes as Mac. Melanie Chandra as Jasminder, Arden Mirren as Shelley.
Yeah, it was casted great.
Yeah, and they all did a great job. Shane McCormick as young Onyx.
Yeah.
Man, that scene broke my heart. That was a crusher scene.
Oh my God. Talk about the heartstrings. And look at how cute he is, too.
Yeah,
like, this cute little kid, adorable. And he plays the young version of. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was a tough one. So, yeah. All right. So give your. I mean, we've pretty much gushed.
I'm gonna say so. You can rent this or buy this on Prime. It's on YouTube, and
it's free if you have, because this was also partially produced by Screambox and BloodyDisgusting.com.
Okay.
So Screambox has it. If you subscribe to Screambox, it's free. You can watch it for free on Screambox, but it's available. Right. Yeah, it's available on Amazon Prime. I think it was $13. We bought it. It's like $4 or $5 to rent it.
Yeah, something like that.
So it's all over VOD right now. You can find it many places. I give this my highest possible rating. I mean, I can't recommend this anymore.
I'm going to tell you, I went in with low expectations to this because I know you were hysterically laughing at the trailer, but you're like a fan. I didn't know Andrew as well. I haven't really seen many of his videos. I may have seen one, and then we watched a bunch, and I was like, all right, is this character going to get old in this movie? I went in with low expectations, thinking I was going to be maybe annoyed with the character at some point, and this is one of my favorite movies. Like, I loved this movie so much for so many different reasons. Like, I kind of was hoping we were going to get to watch it again because before we shot, and I was like, no, I want to watch it again. Maybe I'll just watch it by myself.
Yeah, we can watch it again later.
No, that's all right. Well, I'm sure we got something else on our list, but I will watch this again.
Absolutely.
The way that we've talked about this before. What makes a good movie for me is rewatchability. If I can watch it again, it can be good, but if I really want to rewatch it and very quickly, like that's just golden in my book. And on Rotten Tomatoes, the critics gave it 65%, but the audience score is 98%. It is. I can't recommend this enough. Just go watch it, especially if you love horror, old school horror. I mean,
and horror comedy
with special effects. Like, there's even makeup at the end of this movie that was so well done, and their makeup team is huge. I mean, and none of them really did a whole lot. I mean, the main person, we don't have to get into that, but like the person in charge of the whole makeup team has done things, but it was low budget, so. I was so impressed. I mean, it was better than stuff I've seen in higher budget movies. The makeup, the puppets. Sometimes you see, we just did, the Five Nights at Freddy's, and
the script was ass.
Oh my God!
People love it because of the Five Nights at Freddy's characters are in there, and they got that fan service. But the script was so bad, and by comparison, this script is so good. That was
but even
just,
just the puppets and the makeup and that had a higher budget. This had a lower budget, and it was like, I was amazed at the practical effects, like amazed by it. And even at the end, you're like, oh, it was so cool. The makeup.
Yeah, I mean, I give this my highest recommendation as well. I don't know what the critics are thinking with only a 65% on the
They're so hard.
Tomatometer. But the audience score tells you all you need to know. 98% love this fucking movie, and that's 100 plus ratings. I can't say enough good things about this movie. There was no point where it ever dragged. There was no, I went from laughing to crying to on the edge of my seat waiting to see what happened next. And, figuring out little things along the way. Is it perfect? It's not a perfect movie. Of course, there's little things that, only will happen in movie world and stuff like that. But still, we're there to have fun. And this was one of the funnest movies I've sat and watched in a long time. And the biggest, and like I said, the script is what stands out to me the most. There's no pandering to any agenda or anything like that. There's just the whole.
Usually we can predict stuff during the movie. We're like, did you predict anything?
I didn't see. Maybe right before something happened, I was like, "Ooh, you know what? I think." Yeah. Because towards the end, I was like, "Oh."
There was a couple
things where I was like, "I see what's happening now." But it took right up until it was about to happen for me to realize that was going to happen.
I know.
So they did a great job, and let's wrap this segment up and get to our digging deeper so we can get into this.
Go watch it and then come back and listen to it.
Highest recommendation.
You got to watch it.
Absolutely, go watch Onyx the Fortuitous and the Talisman of Souls. Great job, Andrew Bowser. Shout out, man. Awesome stuff.